Hey, Kuzla here. And, well, first things first with this video, I want to say that I'm now up to 45 subscribers, woohoo. Um, and, those subscribers are, the shout outs for you guys are, JohnHenryAlex. Sorry about that, my apologies. krissyeh, and, the one that surprised me the most, I mean, because it just, like I said, I really didn't. I mean, it was out of the blue, but I'm much appreciative of it. And I subbed back to you, Coughlin616, and I wanted to say thank you to you three for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Especially Coughlin, because like I said, I never in a million days actually imagined that you would subscribe to me. So I also saw your latest video, the one that you made towards Venom Fang X, and just to let you know, I don't want your head to explode. I don't want you to go into a nut house and stuff. Get your holiday in. Uh, Sit down, have a beer with me, and like I said, don't have brain splody. So, because I'd hate to get on and have a video from you of you just being in a nut house. It doesn't do anybody any good if you can't get out and say what you're gonna say, man. So anyway, so like I said, thanks to my 3 new subscribers. I hope that you keep watching, and I hope that you enjoy my content I keep putting out. So now on to this video. One of my subscribers is a guy by the name of gphhawkings, and he recently did a video called "Just a Few Things on My Mind," where he asked, which is an interesting question that he asked, why do Christians who believe in evolutionism still call themselves Christians? He asked about a lot of things that are in the Bible that really seem to go against the grain of what Christianity and its followers seem to say about it being full of love and everything like that. A few of these points he brought up was Adam and Eve, the flood of Noah, Jesus Christ and his crucifixion, and also brought up a few things that he was asking questions about, because these are very good points that he's making here about this, because if you're a Christian that believes in evolutionism, if you believe in evolutionism, you know that the earth is older than 6,000 years. You know that the Bible has not really presented any real sort of evidence, and that a lot of what is being said in the Bible is expected to be taken on blind faith. So, but as to your questions that you were asking, GPH, a lot of it, I have a feeling, I mean, just by my own personal interpretation, let's take a look at God first. All right, God is, as he's often been reputed as, is all-knowing, all-loving, all-seeing, which would basically mean, he knows what I'm going to be doing in a month from now. He knows what, Obama's going to be doing when he runs for re-election. He knows if he's going to win or not. All that fun stuff, which means that, like with the example of Adam and Eve, he knew that the snake was going to come along. He knew the snake was going to tempt Eve, and that Eve was going to drag Adam along with, and she was going to give him some of the apple. So, going by that, he let it happen. to introduce sin, whatever it is. When he could have simply removed the equation, um, remove the snake. So, that said, we can move on now to the flood of Noah, which obviously he knew about it. He told Noah what was going to happen. And he also knew that a lot of people would not believe Noah when he said, hey, God told me he's going to flood the earth and kill everybody. I'm going to make a really huge boat, and anyone who wants to live, come along. And I would have thought, because I get the impression that it took quite a bit of time for that boat to be built. I mean, as big as it is. So when people see Noah living past the natural life expectancy while he builds this boat, um, I would think that would give some type of credence to what Noah was saying and what people might be thinking about him. I mean, I think I read somewhere once it said that it took almost 900 years to build the ark, something like that. I could be wrong, and if I am, I apologize. But you would think after the first 300 years of seeing this old guy there still building this damn boat, not to mention the time it took him to get all the animals and stuff, you would have thought that there'd be some other people there just like, well, why don't you tell my descendants that that guy who's building the boat, he's probably right, so why don't you hop your happy ass on it? And let's go on to another one. I don't think you mentioned it, but, the Pharaoh, when Moses showed up to, I think it was Moses, to get the Israelites freed, and how God purposely made it so that the Pharaoh would say no every time Moses showed up. And then let's not forget the whole thing with Jesus Christ, which, as you pointed out, it's not a sacrifice because he came back 3 days later. And the whole thing about hell. Not to mention how fickle God is and things like that. So, I mean, it basically boils down to the whole thing with God is that he basically just wants you to suffer. If you're a Christian, unless, and I'm sure other people have said it, but unless you're kissing God's ass, he has every intention to have you suffer. And, he has made it so that the only way that you can get to his supposed heaven is through a little crack about that big that is so narrow and focused on one thing, which is mindless, blind devotion to a cruel and petty tyrant. So yeah, the whole thing there. I mean, I'm not going to speak for Christian believing evolutionists, but I myself am just like, no. I mean, everything in the Bible of all the things that go on in there point out that there's a lot of stuff that God does just to make people suffer because he can't forgive them, or is an incredibly petty asshole when people come along and ask very simple questions about him. So, anyway, that's my video, and I hope you liked it, gphhawkings. And like I said, I wanted to welcome my 3 new subscribers, and like I said, and to Coughlin 616 again. No head exploding. Don't go into a nervous breakdown. Sit back, have a beer, relax, and hopefully I will see you guys a little bit later. Thank you for taking time to watch this. See you later.